I am here. 7 minutes late. Practically on time. How goes things and stuff? Today, like every Saturday, or Sunday for everybody else in the world, we're doing Planet Zoo. It's gonna be a little bit shorter. I don't know why I'm saying it's shorter than usual. I changed the schedule to reflect that it's like 3 hours long rather than 4 hours like most of my streams. Purely because I have errands to run almost every week on Sunday. Because it's just the most convenient day to do them. So this stream always has to get cut out early. So that I can maybe fall asleep and wake up in a reasonable time before it gets super hot out. So I'll be here for 2.5 to 3 hours. Which is still a decent amount of time, but, you know, figure it's worth mentioning. But yeah, the schedule now reflects that. So, should not be an issue. I'm not lying anymore about the amount of time I intend to be streaming. Hey, Patat, good job on your first. You're not new, but hello regardless. Get wrecked, Ray. No sound again? Oh, alright. Well, I guess you won't hear my greeting then, will ya? Shame. Hazem wakes up and goes to bed. Passed out on the couch today? Aw, man. Dang. Well, alright then. It's a shame you can't listen in. Hopefully the subtitles work well enough to know what I'm doing or saying. You had a lovely warmish day today. Our sunny winter's day is so pleasant. That's exciting. Yeah, today was quite hot, but not like terrible hot. It was just a bit warm. It was still like 90 something, like 98 or something like that. So it's quite hot still. Tomorrow is supposed to be like 95, and the day after that is supposed to be like in the 80s, so... Ideally, it'll start cooling down proper. Now that it's, you know, nearing... Well, now that it is autumn. I sure would love for that to be how it goes, but you never know. Maybe I'll have a heat wave, sorry, for the next 7.5 years or something. And it'll never resolve itself. Alright, get out of here, all he is. I would like to put them in the wild, but whenever I try to do multiples into the wild at a time, they never go, and I have to come back in and sell them instead. It's always a strange one. Also, why do my boars not have food? Oh, I've been researching them, right. Okay. Arctic foxes have... one of my Arctic foxes has died. I should probably get a replacement pair, because they are going to be dying off, and they're going to start inbreeding, because there's not very many of them. And most of them are elderly, it looks like. Although, I don't... Are these two related, or are these replacements that I did? No, they're related. What about the one that's in captivity right now? Is that one not related to any of them? Interesting. Interesting. I have one Arctic fox here from my zoo, but it must be like several generations removed or something, because... Oh no. There we go, that's the one, sorry. Misunderstood what was happening here. So what foxes are currently available in there? There's these two with the same name, for some reason, which is very unhelpful, and there's one with the same name in my storage. These two are related to each other, so I just need to get like a female fox, I think, and chuck them in there. Contraceptive, all of them. There you go. Let's see, where is my... Yeah, I need one female Arctic fox to shove in the fox pen with all of them. Extra crank today? Did I come off as cranky? I didn't mean to. I'm not particularly cranky. Just sort of... I'm a little bit tired, but that's about the extent of it. Okay, put you in the quarantine as well. I don't know how they'll feel about being introduced to a new group of foxes. They might hate it. What animals am I gonna be doing today? What did we get last time? Last time we got one, I think. I think we just got the aardvark, which is a bit uncommon for me. Usually I get several. I usually get two, at least. But it looks like I just did the aardvark this time. Talking and wild boar research, looking good. Need to research cougars next. Any other animals I haven't researched? Visons? Really? I haven't researched visons yet? I've had those since the start of the map. That seems wild. Okay. Aardvark is done. African buffalo, I don't really want yet. Taiga? Oh, let me do tundra. That'll be easier to manage. So we've done Wolverine, Wolf, Crane, Fox, Moose, Penguin. Haven't done either of the bears, but we've done everything else. So all we need is Grizzly Bear and Himalayan Brown Bear. I think brown bears are, yeah, critically endangered, so they're going to be only available for purchase with creds. I have enough to get them, but it feels kind of bad. Suppose I could still. This one's just kind of terrible, but I don't really care about size so much. I think maybe these two would be fine. I don't love to spend those credits, especially on this kind of subpar animals, but... Also, I might have already had one. I should have checked that first. I got a grizzly. I have two grizzly bears. I have two Himalayan brown bears. These are... Okay, so I've got two grizzlies, two Himalayan brown bears, and... That's all of the... Get out of here. All the tundra animals accounted for. Now I gotta go into taiga. Hey Lemmy, how you doing? You're not new, but hello regardless. A stretch and a posture check. I just started. I don't really need to do either of those things. I stretched before I sat down. And I can't hydrate, unfortunately, because I did mouthwash. And I'm unable to. We haven't done American bison. We haven't done alpine ibex. We've done cougar and Eurasian lynx. We've done European badger. Oh, actually, I don't think we have done badger. We haven't done Formosan black bear or giant panda. We've done macaque. We have done llama. We've done beaver. We haven't done pronghorn. We've got deer. Raccoon. We don't have red panda. They're very similar to raccoons, so I worry of putting them too close to each other. Scammed? You're not scammed. I'll take a drink of water eventually. I just can't do it right now. I'm pretty sure the hydrate redeem is at character limit for the explanation length of it, because I do that, because I think it's funny. Demand a refund, in your opinion? I don't know about that. I mean, you can, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm at the character limit on that, so I can't add the stipulation that I need to wait 30 minutes to hydrate every stream because I mouthwash immediately, just to remind myself. I do want tiger and snow leopard, but I think they're both endangered, so they cost creds. I don't want to spend credits. I don't mind spending credits, but I just don't have that many. That one's not terrible, but for 390 it's a bit not great. This one and this one are the cheapest. That one's actually not bad. I could get a male and a female. The size is terrible, but I guess that one's only a little bit more expensive. Actually, no, it's almost 100 more expensive. I can get both of these, and they're not terrible. They'll work as animals. Although that one's 8.9 years old. I think I'd rather have a slightly younger one. Fertility is probably pretty important for tigers. I don't mind size. But, how much better is this one? 390? It's significantly better. But yeah, okay. I'll bite the bullet and I'll purchase the tiger. That one and that one's okay. For 278. Okay, we have 2 tigers now. So we can make a tiger enclosure at some point. Got a lot of random animals just stacked up waiting to be put into enclosures. Time for a revolution. No! Spins. Bring down the moon. Don't do that. That's gonna cause all sorts of havoc for the tides. And also, you know, if the moon crashed into the planet, everybody would probably die. From the, atmosphere igniting. Or some such. Or maybe just the atmosphere would just, like, leave. Just, like, punch like a little ripple in the atmosphere. Or maybe I could, like, take some of the atmosphere with me. I like slam into the planet, like rip off the atmosphere and just sort of gravitate away a bit, you know? It could work. Just gotta time my attack. I mean, the incident correctly. Okay. Now that I've done some of the boring accounting part, I have to smooth out some walls over here. So this will take a while. But it will be done in time. Sounds like a win-wins. I don't know about that. So out of curiosity, I looked up the differences between the difficulty levels in XCOM. Because it, like, you know, it suddenly got really difficult. And, like, because I turned the difficulty up. And I was like, well, it seems fine. Turns out there's a lot of changes that, like... they obviously don't mention. It's like wildly different. Like you get less power when you start and stuff. So like at the beginning of the stream, I was like, why do I not have enough power to do this thing? I swear I had enough power. It's because they give you less starting power when you start the game. And on the difficulty I changed it to, you don't start with like the like you start with less money and people give you less money and you don't have a satellite to start with. Like it's wild how many changes they made to like the difficulty. It's a huge step up in difficulty from like the previous one. Like easy is easy, normal is like quite easy, and then going from normal to classic, they make like dozens of changes to the game just to make it super hard. So I got used to playing it on the easy difficulty, which was normal, and was having trouble adapting because I was so familiar with the way that it worked previously. But they add like aim bonuses and like extra health and everything, and it's like, oof, big change, big change. But yeah, so that's why it was so hard, suddenly, and why I lost like really bad. I think I'm gonna try to continue that campaign. Because I didn't lose all of my best soldiers, I just lost a lot of soldiers. But I don't know if that mission will come back because I failed it, because I think that was like a mission that was meant to like progress like one of the storylines. I don't know if it comes back. But it, you know, we'll see what happens. I'll probably lose that campaign, but there's a potential to, you know, claw it back slowly. Run it properly into the ground, then try again. Starting on the harder difficulty? Yeah, that's the idea. I don't know about running into the ground. I'm pretty sure I can recover. I just need to, be more cautious. Because I started with that extra power bonus, I did not... Like, and then I lowered it. I built the wrong things in the wrong order, and it really screwed me over. For, like, a long time. If I had started without that power bonus, I think it would be fine. I think I would have been totally good. Because I wouldn't have had to, kneecap my power supply suddenly. Because I was really confused. I was thinking to myself, like, dang, does using my engineers to make equipment and stuff take power? It doesn't say it takes power. So I thought, like, by you know, digging out locations or relocating my you know, workers to other locations was like removing my power, like, percentage effectiveness or something, and nope, it's just a difficulty, because they started me with like 15 less power or something like that. It's a lot less. Maybe it's like 8. It was 8 less power, which is enough for like 2 buildings. But anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to that, but... Oh, what a rough one to end on yesterday. Okay, is that enough space? That's quite a lot of space. How much space do I need is a better question. I was thinking about doing tigers, maybe, and bears. So, the tigers are probably going to need... There's not very many of them, so I'm not sure if they need that much space. But we'll have to check, won't we? Tiger needs... There's going to be 2 of them and maybe like 1 or 2 cubs. About 1,000? That's not huge. That's actually quite small. I'm going to have to make it bigger just to make sure I can actually draw the image of it. Yeah, 1 to 2... Solitary, so when the babies grow up, they have to get out of there. 1 to 4 per mating season. Every year. So every year they have 1 to 4 babies, and they have to get kicked out immediately at age 4. So they have 4 years of babies. So there's a chance I'll have up to like 16. Baby tigers. It's unlikely, but it's possible. So I'm going to put it like at 10, 12 maybe. So I need about 1,500 space. That's not too bad. That's like half this size, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's almost this size. Okay. I keep seeing my mouse cursor fling around on my screen on my like little display. And it is very strange. There aren't any free research buildings. What do you mean? Are you assigned to any... Wait, where? Oh no, I need to make a new research building. That's the issue. Should make another one of these out here somewhere. It's not like a necessary thing. It's not like a staff room. This is like a specific building because I put too many people researching animals at a time. Just shove it in here. It'll be fine. People won't mind it, surely. They'll definitely mind it there. If I put it like here, it's probably okay. Okay, and that needs to be a staff path so nobody walks up it. I don't think they do walk up paths unless there's something to go to on the other side of it, but I don't want to risk it anyway. Okay, my foxes are ready to go in their enclosure. Hopefully these ones go in unneutered. Because I don't want to go in and individually neuter them all. It's not difficult, it just takes a little bit of extra time. Hey, Egg Sandwich, how you doing? How goes things? Okay, they're both in there. Looks like it. Okay, and we're not getting murdered. Oh no, hold on. Pause it so I can find you. I need to unneuter both of you. Because you're my my new pair. Can I reach the other one? There it is. There you go. Okay. And now this should be... yeah, so half. You good? Been playing XCOM 2 for 7 hours straight, but now you're here. Wow. Yeah, you're kicking those aliens' butts, are you? You're winning the day for Earthkind? Yes, good. Excellent news, Commander. Need to hydrate, stretch, etc. Redeem for egg. Yeah. Egg. Unfortunately, egg sandwich. I'm gonna have to do some stretches and drink some water. It is ordained. Missing horribly. I know, it's the worst. 80% chance miss my butt. Get out of here. It's the worst. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Okay, how would one make a tiger? Okay, this is a tiger. I know it looks kind of like a lion right now. That's fine though, don't worry about it. There you go. Okay, there's a tiger. That's definitely way too big. How big though? How way too big is this? I needed like... No, that's actually almost exactly what I needed. 5% I actually hit, like what? Yo, I mean, like, yeah. The worst thing about the XCOM games is, like, they're not lying about the statistics. And as much as I complain about the missing more than I hit thing, it doesn't. It's like, it's in the moment, it's really frustrating. And I like to complain about it a lot. But they're technically correct. You'll usually hit, even though it doesn't feel like it. It's one of those things that, like what Dragon was mentioning yesterday when I was playing, is, you pay attention to the ones that you miss, because the ones that you hit, why would you care about? It's frustrating to miss, it's indifferent to hit. No, I wasn't honestly believing it was off, but it is very frustrating still. It does obviously feel like you're missing more than you're hitting, but you just don't notice it. When you miss, it's irritating. When you don't... Like, when you miss, people die. When you hit, the game just progresses as normal. So it's extra frustrating when you miss. But it is a fun meme in the XCOM community, right? And a lot of times, like I was saying when I get really irritated with the sniper rifle, like shooting like off to the left, like, you know, 45 degrees from the target, or whatever. Like, that's the same level of annoyance you get from, like, when you're point blank with your barrel directly in their face and it misses, right? Like, it's an 85% chance point blank range just misses completely despite you're literally touching them with your gun. It's the same amount of frustration. You enjoy the point blank misses the most for a certain kind of enjoy? I mean, yeah. I can appreciate it comedically speaking, but it is infuriating. I don't understand why it's doing this weird wibbly thing it does. Actually, I want to see something. Can I... Do we have, No, we don't. Well, no. Okay. I was gonna see if I could turn on DLSS, but I can't imagine the game would have DLSS support. I just wanted to see, because that would help with any amount of lag I'm having. I think the lag is probably specifically the NPCs roaming around and the animals roaming around. I don't think it's a I don't think it's a hardware issue. I think it's a CPU issue. Because I have a pretty old CPU. And I could upgrade it, but I think I'd have to replace my motherboard to upgrade it. And that's just an incredible price sink that I'm not currently capable of funding. So I think the problem is mostly like all these individual people have like paths they need to go to, and they're making decisions on which directions they want to go, what buildings they want to visit, and stuff like that at all times. And they bump around into each other and have to repath around one another and stuff like that. So I think the CPU is getting very much consumed trying to find its way around. But my CPU is just kind of... I can't replace it. So I think that's probably the issue. So I could reduce the number of people in the park to fix the lag issue. But then the park would just look lifeless. Which I guess is kind of like... It's the lesser of two evils, maybe. Because, like, walking over here and, like, seeing, like, you know, two or three groups of people walking around is kind of, like, sad. Like, what's the point of having the zoo if people aren't visiting each enclosure and looking around and stuff like that? But, I do wish that, it would do things. Am I good? Still see the start and soon screen? Need to refresh, probably. I hope. Otherwise, like, I've been streaming for like half an hour and nobody's told me. I mean, nobody's commented on the my lovely lion enclosure yet, so I just assumed that people were seeing, but maybe they haven't done. You would have said something. Well, I appreciate that. Anyway, yeah, so I think the weird frame rate issue I'm having is specific to the number of people roaming around doing whatever. But I don't want to lower that number because I feel like the zoo becomes lifeless because it's such a large area to like cover and walk around. It's just your phone being weird? Is it your phone or is it Twitch? Okay, so that's going to be the lion or the tiger enclosure. Do I want to... I guess I can see if this has a good reference for tigers. It's not bad. It's at a weird angle, though. I need to do it on a side-on. I could do a head. I haven't done a head in a long time, but I don't think I'd be able to, like, make it look very tiger-y, because I wouldn't be able to do the stripes and stuff, and that's how you'd, like, identify a tiger from, like, other types of cats. Is it just you, or is any chats before you non-existent? That's weird. No, there was a few chats. It was like 10, 15, 20 maybe? 4 years? That might be just be related to like coming in late or something. I'll say late, but you know, after a few minutes. I don't know. Are you on mobile or are you on... because I guess mobile's changed a bunch of stuff recently, so it might be buggy, but you might be... If you're on PC, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get those lions in the quarantine... Sorry, tigers. I'm gonna get those tigers in the quarantine and then build the structure around them. Because I can't see what they look like from that image very well. I mean, I can, but I can't mimic a silhouette. Weird? Yes. It's okay. We were mostly just discussing, people existing. And the weather, you know, stuff like that. Nothing super exciting, just normal small talk during the start. At start screen. Okay, there's one in there. Did I get both of them in there? I didn't actually... I think I saw another tiger I didn't recognize buying. I'm thinking... Yeah, okay, there you go. I should also make sure that I'm talking loud enough, because I am speaking quite quietly, but I'm fairly close to the microphone, so I should be audible. Today's a low energy day. An incredibly low energy day. Okay. So once I get all this in... they're gonna have the backwards legs. Nap stream. Yeah, go for it. I promise not to make any loud or abrupt noises. Probably. I don't know why I would do that to begin with, but I guess I shouldn't do that, but it might come out. I don't have any control over it, since I have no idea what would cause it to begin with. I might kind of get grumpy if my warning goes off a bunch about the... If I saw a bug. I've actually been muting myself to kill bugs. Because I said I would. Because I got scalded for murdering insects. Not scalded so much as criticized, I guess. So I've been muting myself. Hey, Mop Top, how you doing? You're not new, but hello, it's been a while. I have to scold for it randomly then. If ever I suddenly stop moving and I go quiet, usually what I'm doing. Not always. No, I can't put him in there, I don't have a road. But that's a secret to everybody, so don't tell nobody. Posture check. Oh, your posture check reminded me I also have to do a hydrate. Okay, unpause so that they can path to destination. Yo, indeed. Oh, you're probably... Never mind, that was probably not a reply to me. Either way. Yo. Let's see. Do I... Let's clear up some more space. They're very long, so I think I'm gonna have to probably move it to, like, over here instead. Because this is gonna... This building here is gonna be a problem. Yo-yo indeed. You know, I miss yo-yos. I haven't had a yo-yo in a long time. I used to love playing with yo-yo. They were great. I used to be pretty good at them. I used to know like 4 tricks. I had like a, not an expensive one, but I had like a yo-yo specifically for doing tricks, not just for yo-yoing. And it was like $25, $30. It wasn't like crazy expensive, but it was quite expensive for a yo-yo. Ah, good times. I have nothing more to say about that. Have I is it? Okay, I paused. I was wondering why nothing's happening. I was like, why haven't they delivered the tigers yet? It's because I was paused. I don't know about the... I guess I could make it longer before the people arrive. Probably will have to anyway, so I better get that out of the way now. Not like it'll really matter terribly. I really should make that lurk better. I have that lurk emote that's just sitting there, but I've never improved it. It's like super low quality. It was done like really quick in a hurry, and I just never made it better. Yeah, it doesn't even have shading on that crater. Like, it's like the easiest like thing I could have done is put some shading on that crater, and it would have been fine. Stop lurking! Stop with your helpful up arrow. Legacy lurker, yeah. It's like crazy how little effort I put into that one specifically. Like all the other ones I put quite a bit of effort into. I think I did most of them on stream though. So I had a reason to, but that one I think I did that one on stream too, but that one was like I very much didn't put any effort into. There's the peak one, the animated peak emote that is like was meant to be the replacement for the lurk, but I think that you have to be subbed if you want to use the peak. But either way, why is everybody lurking? I mean, no, you're welcome to lurk, but why is everybody using the lurk emote specifically? You know, Krimzo6 lurk. God, I want to be a partner just so I can change that. Like, I don't care about the other benefits of being a partner, but I wish I could be a partner purely so I could change the name of my emotes so that they're not Krimzo6, my prefix or whatever. It's so annoying. Alright, finally the lion tiger has arrived. Don't move. You moved your head slightly. How dare you? You don't look very happy to be here. What's wrong with your new enclosure? You don't like dirt? You don't like dirt and nothing else? I can't name it, Greg. You didn't do the redeem. You'll have to give me some of your moon cheese in exchange for a name. It is the way. Okay, they're a lot shorter. Their legs are very stocky. Underneath of the chat window, there's a button. There you go. Well, okay, perfect. Egg sandwich, got it. Okay, Sonia, the Siberian Tiger, your name is now Greg lowercase. Congratulations. It's really stocky. Like, surprisingly stocky. I'm gonna have to sketch it. Give me a sec while I whip out the old oldie pen. And get me a rough layout. Layout? That's not the word. A rough sketch of the general shapes I need to work with. And then I'll come back in for more refined detail later. The tails are really big, huh? Okay, and your nose goes a little bit more angled out like that than I expected. You got a little bump there, and you got like a big old chin. You come up and you have like little cheek fluffies. You got round ears, although they would have pointed ears for some reason. Okay. Got big old smile. Not threatening at all. And your very short legs. You don't have nearly as much of a haunch as I expected. The haunch is like a lot less haunchy. Got them tiptoe feet. Okay. There you go. I drew it backwards. That's fine. I can't believe I drew it backwards. Alright, whatever. Start with the head, because it's going to be the easiest to actually get the shape correct on. I don't want to make it incredibly large, which I'm currently in the process of doing. I may not do the nose bump thing, just because it's kind of difficult to work with such small walls. It's hard to like make an like, because this is like, these enclosures are big but not enormous. It's difficult to like make them go the right direction. Like, you see how the nose bump that's there is like kind of weird? I don't know how to explain that. The way that I see it, it makes sense, but I don't know how to express my opinion on the angle that I've given it. So I need the cheek fluffies, like that. Feels like, because I can't make this any smaller, the nose is the same size as the mouth or whatever, because the mouth is like, but it now needs to be quite a bit bigger than the nose does. But I can't do anything about it, because it won't let me. Give me a little smile. Here you go. So I need to, like, push this out more, like that, maybe? No, I just need to get rid of the nose entirely. As much as I would like to have it in there, it just doesn't really work. I can do that, and then work from there. That might be a little bit easier, but overall it's just going to be kind of stuck in a way. Okay. They have a fairly large forehead as well. For an animal. Okay, remove your ear for now. It goes back into your back, like a lot of animals, where it just kind of go. Well, it's like your spine, of course. So it goes like this. But the head connects like right there, would be the spine. And then your skull would come up like that, so there'd be a little bit of a dip like right there, but not a huge one, because you got fat rolls to protect your spine and such. There's your shoulder blade, and then there's like a little hunch there, and then the back just sort of like swoops into a butt. Actually, is that gonna work? Maybe. There you go. And your tail, excuse me, choke on my own spit. The tail goes like straight down, basically. So this is not nearly the right size. Also, that head looks ridiculous. What's wrong with your head? What have I? It's the problem with like mirroring something backwards. I didn't put enough of an angle on it. That's what it is. So it needs to like go like very much up. Of course, the mouth probably doesn't need to be here either. I could just get rid of that entirely, and the weird like jawbone fluffies don't really need to be there either. And I will need to add a round ear. I know that looks like a pointed ear. Trust me, though. Trust the process. There you go. Perfect. Looks exactly like a lion. Tiger. Why do I keep saying lion? The head's way too big. I think that's my issue right now, is the head's just too big. What if I, like, flip this upside down? Can I see through it? Not really. I'll flip it upside down, that way I can look at it that way. Let me look at you again from this angle this time. Oh, if only your head was facing forward. That's kind of okay. It's not great, but it's better than nothing, right? Okay. So let me see. If I were a tiger with a better proportioned head than this one, what would I look like? The brow kind of comes out and goes into like the nose, very much like an angle, like a very angular nose. The upper jaw, the upper mouth bit, whatever that's called. I used to be a medical professional. That needs to go more maxillae, is that what it's called? Doesn't matter. It needs to be like more in. That's what I was trying to say. Because the jaw curves back. It doesn't curve, sorry. It like slopes backwards while also like being a jaw. So it goes like this, more like. It's got an overbite going on right now. What's the problem? Why is it like that? Is it... It's not long enough, I guess? Maybe? Is that the reason? If I slope it down a bit, there you go. I mean, it doesn't really look anything like a tiger right now. Also, the ears need to be, like, back rather than forward like that. You like reverse it so that the round bit is on the backside. Okay. And this doesn't look good because it's just too big. But I'm just gonna have to deal with it, so oh well. This is way too large. Maybe that's why it looks so strange. Like it looks like I got stung by a bee. The cheekies, I don't know if I actually need to put these in. Like, they definitely... Because, like, the way I'm gonna have to indicate this is a tiger is I'm gonna have to put, like, stripes. Like, around the place, somehow, like that. Just so, like, it's indicative of what it is. I could just do the outline, but I don't think it would read if I just do the outline and nothing else. I'm gonna switch to working on something other than the head for a minute, because it's kind of not coming through at all. The head is just way too big. Like, this is gonna be an incredibly large enclosure. Can I shrink that head? I mean, not easily. I could do it, but... That look better? Maybe. Maybe it looks better. It's hard to say, because it's not actually all done yet. It's difficult to say whether something looks good when it's not finished. I actually don't know if I want this in here. That's probably part of the reason it looks strange. I don't need that. Also, that ear I don't think is big enough, or it's too... It, like, comes up too high. So if I go here, do this thing, and scooch it down, that would be closer to what I'm looking for. Let me go in the leg, just to get that going sooner than later. So I'm gonna have to do something today. It's not near... It's like, they have stocky legs, but they're definitely longer than that. I'm gonna release the lion to the wild. We're gonna get a warning as soon as I, like, stop moving this enclosure. Okay, we're gonna leave that undone for now, because I just can't be bothered to put it back currently. Surprisingly, we didn't get a warning telling me that there was a wild beast on the loose currently. So, you know, somebody's slacking in the alarm department. Okay. Gotta zoom in to do these precise things, because otherwise it's just not gonna let me do them. They got little round toesies. And they have quite thick ankles. So I don't want to get it too close to the other one. They do kind of swoop up. There's a lot of extra fur on these things that you wouldn't expect. I guess that's because they're Siberian, so they're in the cold a lot. Just a surprising amount of fur is all. Okay. So I mean, like, that's like what the leg looks like for the most part. It's, of course, it's a little bit off because I was at an angle when I built it, but if I do like this, it should be fine. Nope, I forgot that I can't rotate. The front paws don't do the toes thing, I realize. You know the toes thing, where they, like, walk on their toes? They don't do the toes thing. Do lions have a dew claw? Sorry, tigers? Interesting. These ones do the toes thing. These ones just go kind of straight down. You got really long forelegs. Mm-hmm. I don't want them to be flat on the ground, but I am going to make them flat on the ground just because it'll be easier than going in to alter them super, like, methodically. Okay, that's a bit better. I think the part of the reason is the body is just not that small. Like his chest comes out like right around his knee, which is like here-ish. Is that right? Maybe a little bit higher, like right there. The body comes out like right behind the knee, like there. Kind of has a round belly that goes into like a swoopy bit that was not meant to connect there, but that's okay. I'll swoop it like that instead. We'll worry about that in a sec. I need to delete everything here. Just to make sure I can put it in. Yeah, door's gone, blah, 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 I know. There you go, here's the door. Sure it'll work. That didn't work at all. Oh, you'll work, you'll see. You will work. Okay. So, part of the problem now is that the line is clearly not long enough. That's the elbow, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, the elbow feels weird coming out right there, because that's like, but that is where it needs to come out. This kind of goes up like this instead. Make sure it's obvious that that is an extra bit, of point of articulation, if you will. I know, it doesn't require my attention, go away. Yeah, I get it. I understand Greg has escaped. Guy with deep voice describing what a tiger is, or looks like. I mean, that's basically what it is. That's what I do every time I build animal enclosures now. I got to, you know, make it look vaguely tiger-esque. And the way I do that is to talk myself through the process as I'm making it, you know? It's definitely bulkier than I made it too. The thing is, like, it's just so not good looking. Like, it's bad. But I don't know why it's bad. It looks like a mastiff. It looks like a dog. I made a cat look like a dog. This is gonna be so big. This enclosure's way too big for lion or tiger. Damn it. Tiger. Tiger. It's a different animal. They're not even, like, on the same continent. This is the problem with making, like, cats, I guess. Generally speaking, I have a few cats in the zoo already, and this is like a similar issue I've come across with them. Is like, it's just difficult to make them. I'm just gonna have to scrap this whole thing and try again. It's just not coming together. Okay, game, can you let me do this, please? There you go. Alright, then grab that, delete that. Let me try again. So we need to make sure it's like vaguely the right size or shape, but I can't really do that because the path makes me move along with it. I think I can turn that setting off, but it wouldn't really help. So how big does it need to be? I need it to have like around 3,000 size. So let me get about 2,500 and then I'll start editing it from there. Okay, how big is this? 1,800. Alright. How thick is this? This is like not a bad body size generally. Actually, this might actually be a better way to do this. Is like map out the body size with just a tube and then add the head and stuff after the fact. That way I can like get a general idea of the shapes, the shape language of the animal. Having like a construction of the anatomy might be a good idea, honestly speaking. Since I'm having difficulties getting the proportions correct. Okay. That's about good for the body into leg. So that'll have to be where the leg goes in, I guess. That is like a good shape for the lion's body. I think it needs to be a little bit thicker. I might grab this and just like scooch it down gently. Just to assist in that particular endeavor. Like there. And that's probably around 3,000 now. 2,500. Okay. Well, that's the initial number I wanted anyway, so that's fine. So, now I gotta make a head. So the head of the lion... Tiger, jeez, tiger, what in the world? The head of the animal that I'm currently making a design for needs to go about this size. I hate that I can't see past that sometimes. Okay, so it's about that size. That's actually quite large. It could be a little bit smaller. Scooch that up, up, up. We've currently decapitated the tiger, unfortunately. Luckily, they're only a little bit endangered. Okay, and the tail comes right off of here. Yeah, like that. This kind of like goes down. It reaches the ground, but it curves right back up right at the end. That's an annoying little bit there. Do I want to fix that? Do I care enough about that to fix it? It will bother me, but I don't think I want to fix it that badly. Because that would require me going in and moving that building and then reassigning the spots that go to the individual machines inside. I have to go into the actual like building and build the paths again, and that's just really annoying and tedious. Because I didn't build the building in a very convenient way. Because it has 3 different like locations that require paths in it. Instead of like other buildings that have been designed where they kind of are on like opposite ends or whatever of like a larger building. And it makes it a lot more manageable to deal with. I might just like fudge the tail and not bother doing the like a swoopy uppy. Make it a little bit bigger at the base there. There you go. Okay, that's a little bit short, I think, but it should be fine. I should probably make the head, because that's going to be the hardest part, but I'm going to do the leg instead, because it's more fun. So the tail's there, it'll come down to like about there, I guess. That is about right. And the leg here has to come like that. And then from there we can go like this, and like this. Then we have the little back foot thing. Is that gonna work? I think so. And the toesies, we're standing on toes here. Delete that. Make this go kind of up to there, but like pull it back a little bit. That's it's so small. What have I done? My poor creature. It's just tiny little legs. Okay, undo all that because it's pathetically small. I need to do it further out like this so I can actually get a general size for the whole thing. Okay, that needs to go out like at this angle. And then in like this. Then like that. I really don't like that it just won't connect sometimes. Gotta click directly on the wall you're trying to connect it to for that to work. And like right before this swoop comes back out, you gotta like put another, damn it, anything like that. Okay. So we make sure that we're at the right angle. I think, not quite. This needs to like pull back to here and come up a bit. Then this needs to be a little bit like that. Then the foot has to even out, obviously. Yeah. Is that gonna make any sense? Hold on, let me look at this. No, it doesn't have that. It just goes kind of straight in. It goes... Alright. So this doesn't exist. It just goes straight to a foot. And it has little round toes, so I need to like... Not like that. Grab that one, pull it out like this. Grab that one, pull it up. And another one like that. I think this needs to go up a bit more than that. Because it is just like an attachment to... It's just like another extension of this thing. Then this comes out a ways, probably like that. That's probably more accurate, but I think it's a bit still... It's still a bit weird. Either short or not. Like something else is wrong with it. Can't really tell. That would help to get rid of. I think it's just like... Is it too short? Maybe. Comes up like that and then goes into the knee. This kind of goes straight up here instead. And then goes like into the knee like that. This is a less of an angle than I put it. And that probably needs to be more of an angle like that. Then straight down, this foot needs to come back in a bit. I made it too long. Tigers are made of weird, real weird shapes. They certainly are. I think that looks better. I think that's still kind of weird. Like, something's wrong with it, but I don't know what. I think that's an acceptable amount of fiddling with that shape specifically. Now, the arm... I say arm. The foreleg comes out like here. Directly into this seating position. And they just kind of hang out. They go up into like a slope to the front, like that, and they just kind of connect into the neck. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. These are meant to be rounded toesies. We know how those work. Oh my goodness. The clicking. The game does not like going to the correct location when I click on something. Okay, let's go ahead and pull that up a little bit and move it back. Let's move this up and then add a little swoopy to make this less weird. That's not going to work, is it? It's too long. Same thing, same problem as the other foot, just too long. The game is really not cooperating with me when I'm trying to do these shapes. I don't know what's wrong. It just keeps on doing this. I'm trying to grab like individual bits and move them, but it just keeps on like not allowing me to select them. Our feet are on different planes currently, which isn't a huge problem, but I will have to correct to make it not look so weird. See, that feels like it's probably too short. But if I'm adhering to the plane for the back leg, that is correct. If I get rid of this, it'll probably be easier to determine what's going on in there. It means I've lost my guide shape. I mean, that does make it a little bit better. It also allows me to line it up better with the, I need to grab the tail and do that instead. Allows me to line it up a little bit better with these seating positions. The legs might just have to be a lot stockier than they come off normally. It's probably fine. I think my issue here is that this needs to like come back down a little bit before it goes up into the swoop. Give it a little boot. Maybe. I don't know. Let me check it. Let me look at the feet real quick. And see how that works. They're a lot shorter. They're very much not long feet. I guess they kind of just swoop down into the toes. There's no platform. They kind of just go into the toes. I don't know why I keep on, like, deleting things and moving them. I guess that's probably more accurate. This one needs to do the same thing. Just move it back a little bit, because it just doesn't have a foot, like there. Okay, that's probably better, in quotations. Big quotations. And the head is still separated. That's not terrible looking. I think it's more accurate than it was previously, at least, if nothing else. And I think it will read as a cat-like creature. Just need to get the head right. This is going to be a bit difficult because I need to, like, attach the head. Like, this is the right size. Mostly. I need to lower it down a bit, like that. And then connect it up here. Delete that. Delete these. Connect it up like there-ish. Maybe like there's better, actually. Because its leg does come up, like... its shoulder, rather, does come up to like there. That just doesn't look good, does it? And now its head's like very long. So I have to go in and shorten it up. And then its face kind of just curves back. I don't care about design right now. I just need to make the general shape correct. And it has its mouth come up like that. And then it has little cheekies that pop out. Like so. I think the cheeks are going to be like crucial to understanding that this is meant to be a tiger. Because otherwise it'll just look like an animal with a weird face. It's not what I meant to do, but whatever. It's so silly looking at it like this. It looks kind of like a bear. The round ears don't help that. Okay, it goes in like that, and then it goes like very sloped downwards. It's kind of longer than I made it. It's giving dog, though, doing this. Okay, doing that will allow me to, like, position this a little bit better. Its neck's just fluff. It's just very fluffy. It's kind of hard to, like, actually make it look right. There's not really a whole lot of definition on the chin or anything. That doesn't look right. The nose doesn't come out far enough either, but I don't think I can do anything about that. Without just making it look super strange. Like, the nose comes out further than the rest of the face does, so it sort of kind of has to do this. And then this needs to, like, have, like, a line here. And then this needs to come in, like, gently. But doing it too aggressively just makes it look kind of strange. Now it just looks very weird. It's like some weird, like, cartoon dog creature. I don't know. The body's fine, but nothing else is. The head looks ridiculous, and I don't know what's wrong with it to an extent. Like, I guess I could, like, go back in and look at it again. Turn on my flashlight so I can actually, like, look at it closer. I mean, like, I don't... How am I gonna make your stinking head? Am I gonna make your head make sense? You know? Like, the jawbone thing is there, the cheek fluff, but, like... just something about it doesn't match up. It might be the ear position, maybe? The head size is right, at least. I think it is. Delete, delete, please, delete, delete, please. The game's very finicky. Like, even though it's highlighting this wall, if I don't click directly on the wall, it won't delete it, even though it's highlighted. So I think that's part of the thing that throws me off when I'm building in this game. It's like, that's really annoying to me, because if I'm highlighting that wall, I want to be able to click to delete, but it doesn't work. Okay, the nose thing is obviously not helping. I mean, it looks better, probably, than... maybe it has kind of a rounded nose that goes into a straight slope. It comes, like, kind of aggressively sharp up, and then... like that, maybe? And then the head needs to be, like, a bit... it needs to, like, go bigger and into the back. And that means it's too high up, so I need to lower it down. Be nice if playing a zoo was slightly less jank in general. I mean, that's true. It's a fairly old game at this point. And it does what it does good. You're not supposed to be doing very specific things like this. Like, if I was just playing the game, I wouldn't be having an issue. Like, I never really had any issues with my old enclosures. I'm just currently trying to make art with the enclosures, and it's having a hard time. This looks kind of like a monkey's face. Like a baboon. Okay, I'm gonna have to simplify this face so that it doesn't look ridiculous. So we're gonna change it back to what it was, and the mouth's gonna come out a little bit. Like that. It's gonna round off. And then come back out like this a bit. Hey, Monologue, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm struggling to make an enclosure. It looks so bad. Doing great. What animal shape do we have here? It's sort of a chimera hybrid. It's supposed to be a tiger, but it's kind of come out as like part monkey, part lion. Like it's not great. Also, it's a bit like the head's too big and the body's too short. I'm gonna have to like grab this whole thing. Come on now. Give me the thingy. This thing. And then pull it up. But yeah, it's definitely a big cat. Just can't get the face right for some reason. I think they have like a much like less snouty face. Like the muzzle's far too long. If you do you call that on a cat a muzzle, or is that just a dog thing? The face, the nose mouth combination thing. Because tigers have large chins, so I need to like make that like that's gonna be like a pretty defining characteristic of the image. But making it like not look ridiculous is difficult because I'm only doing a silhouette here after all, right? Because the entire chin is like the same size as the rest of the head. Not the head, that's a ridiculous thing to say. The rest of the mouth. Like the mouth-nose combo. But it slopes downward like, you know, this. So I need to make it like big, but not out further than the top jaw. You would call it a muzzle on cats too. Oh, alright, cool. It has like a nose like that comes out. Like it has a very pronounced nose. But I don't need extra lines in there. It causes too much confusion with the shape. Because this will come in, this would come in like right here, right below that edge. But because the way the paths work, you can't really get them close enough to make any amount of sense for that shape, so that wouldn't make any sense for a cat's nose, because it doesn't look anything like a nose. It looks like you put like a, I don't know, like a like a dust guard on top of a cat's face. So that can't be done. I just have to simplify the nose to just be. But I think it's just, maybe it's just too big? And like it needs to like come up. Like, I might need to put the interior lines to make it clear that this is a mouth. I mean, it is obviously a mouth because it's on a head, but you know. And this is like too sloped. This one I can move up to here now. The chin comes out. See, that just doesn't look like any sort of creature that exists right now. Especially not a cat. Having the ears would definitely help it look less weird. But that's, I need to like get the general shape down first. And the jaw comes up very much into the neck. Into those fluffy thingies, right? So that needs to go. Let me get the fluffies, like that. And that would be the way that it would look, but it just doesn't look right doing that, you know? And I can't really add another, I can add the shoulder back in, but I need to like make it a little bit less weird. Because there's like a neck bit here that would connect into the face. But this doesn't really read very well as like fluff, because I can't make it fluffy. It's a lot easier with the lynx, because the lynx has more specific characteristics that are easy to, like, identify. Like, when I was doing the lynx, I could add these little things to make it make sense, and it has the points on the ears. And that's clearly a lynx. But this isn't clearly a tiger. This is just, like... The way you tell a tiger from any other large cat is mostly the stripes, which I don't know if I'm going to add or not. Because I feel like it would really ruin the enclosure's size and space available for the tigers to walk around in. But I might add the ears in just to make it less weird looking. Because they kind of come back up off the head a little bit like that. And of course they're round, not angular. So we'll put in there a bit. And they kind of slope further back than that, so that's more like that, I suppose. But like that's not that's not it. It's just not it, you know? I might add, like, because the ears come off the side of the head. And I'm not this needs to go. And this needs to be like further down. Again, I don't think that'll help identify what this is any better. I think it just would look less strange. Yeah. Like, it's clearly a big cat, but it's just not lion. It's not reading tiger. I keep saying lion, I mean tiger. It's not reading tiger at all. I don't know why or how to fix that. What if I, like, make the fluffy ears, like, come down a bit? The fluffy bits, like that. So that's kind of like more... Well, now it just looks like it needs to be bigger. Go, like, all the way over to there. Maybe that would help. Just kind of looks like a weird bump. A bump on the neck. I could shore up the jawline a bit. That feels like it's a little bit too big. It needs to be larger than the rest of the jaw, but it doesn't need to be that big. This comes out too aggressively sharp. Gotta curve it in a bit nicer than that. That's way too big of a chin. Scooch it all in. Scooch that chin in. I mean, it kind of looks like a bear still. Maybe it's the brow that's the problem? Because I think that like, I can't really figure out how to make that look less strange. It might be too long still. Now it looks like a cartoon again. I mean, I'm not gonna get much better than that, though, unfortunately. It just doesn't look like a lion or a tiger out there. This is gonna be the only enclosure that doesn't look like a tiger. It doesn't look like an animal, I mean. It doesn't look like the animal I'm trying to make. At least that's what it seems to be. Having a hard time with it. Yeah, I mean, like, it looks like a cow or something, I don't know. Like, I guess, like, the legs could be a little longer. But the legs are quite stocky on tiger. So I'm not sure that's a great idea. Just painstakingly trying to figure something out. Okay. Can I individually select walls? No. Okay, it's gonna be kind of a tedious process then. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do it like that. Okay. In that case, we're gonna not do that. I'm gonna amputate. There you go. Oh, that's not gonna work. Why are you separate? Why is this wall separate? What happened? Oh, never mind. I know why it's separate. It's because it's not part of this enclosure area, whatever. That was very confusing for a second. Alright, connect this up to here. Connect this to here. Alright, there you go. That should do it. Kind of. No, I need to make sure to grab the exterior bits. There you go. So we're gonna make the legs slightly longer by just lifting the entire thing up. It's being obstructed by that building. That's really annoying. Because that's way too tall. Alright, I've been putting it off for too long. This building needs to move. Okay, scoot that. Delete these paths. There you go. Give me that smoothen terrain. Get rid of that little bump. Okay, now go back in. Edit the barrier. Select all and move it back down. I want the legs to be a little longer, but not super long. I just think that would help it look a little bit less strange. Despite tigers being quite stocky, I think it'd be better this way. Even though it might not be entirely accurate. Just because I think the proportions don't feel right, so adjusting the head makes it feel like more obvious when I'm like fiddling. Okay, that's that. I mean, the head still just looks too cartoony, although their heads look kind of cartoony to begin with. I think the ears just not helping. I think the ear's probably the biggest problem I'm having. And like the way the head sort of comes up to here and then just sort of like stops. So maybe it needs to like come in like that. I guess I could feasibly stylize it more. Maybe that would help. That looks ridiculous. Because the way that I did like my initial like fox enclosure and stuff is very stylized, but it still reads fox pretty well. And I think that tiger might be a similar problem. I think I just might need to go in and change some stuff to make it like a bit more exaggerated on certain aspects so that it kind of tracks better. That doesn't make any sense. Don't do that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. It might just have to be the only one I call quits on, trying to make it look properly accurate. Because, like, tigers look pretty weird anyway, and without the stripes, it's going to be so hard to make the outline look like a tiger. Like, it's got this, I could probably, like, shore that up a bit and make it, like, clearly go in the way I need it to. This is far too spiky. But, like, I mean, there's not much I can do about it, really, is there? Is his body too long now? It might be. Yeah, maybe a bit. I'm gonna shrink that body. Not that it'll help, but it'll still look wrong, but yeah, so it might be something to do at least. Just a little different. His head looks ridiculous. Its head just looks so bad. What if I got rid of the mouth? No, doesn't really work either, does it? I just make that less aggressive. That might look better. Make this less of a bear's ear. Pull in the scruff a bit. Delete the shoulder. The head's way too big, I think. But I don't think I can really fix that now, can I? I think it would help if I made it smaller, though. But I don't think I can. Yeah, I mean, I think it's about as good as it's gonna get. It's not great, but I can't make it smaller. I'd have to make the head way smaller than it is. And it's not way smaller, but like, it'd have to be like, maybe like 20% smaller, and that would be proportionally correct. But I don't think I could do that without deleting the entire thing and rebuilding it. I suppose I could go in and just trace the lines. That wouldn't be the hardest thing to do. It would just take some time. But I guess I have all the time in the world, don't I? Well, that's not true. But, you know, I have some time. But there are some angles that I'm just not sure would work. Like there, especially. Because the lines are so small. Ooh, not quite. There you go, nearly. It's gonna be one of those situations where, like, the line is, like, it correct but takes too much detail. So it ends up looking a bit strange because it's, like, too much effort in. And that needs to just go like that, but smaller. The hard part is making it smaller while maintaining the proportions, because if I was like lining it up to each one, it would be about the same length. And I'd need it to not be the same length. Otherwise it won't make any sense. It wouldn't make much sense anyway, but we'll see how it looks once I've done it. You know, it's 5-minute effort, not too much problem. But I think it should look better if I make it proportionally sized, the head. And that one's gonna be kind of rough because I gotta delete it, but is that gonna be better? It's very strange to look at. It's kind of, because I can't really tell without deleting the exterior head. The exterior shell head. That's better. It's like closer to the size it's supposed to be. It might be a little too small now, but we'll just pretend that that's not an issue. Yeah. It's a little too small now, but I don't care that much. That's okay. I do want to curve this up a bit, though, because its head is round to some degree. The ears are bigger than that, too, but not by much. So maybe if I pull that off and then push this back this direction and pull that a little bit. And then maybe scooch that out. I mean, it still doesn't look... I mean, it still doesn't read tiger. Hey, say, Nero, how you doing? I'm trying to make an enclosure for a tiger that looks like a tiger, but because I'm doing a silhouette, it doesn't really read as tiger because the most defining characteristic of a tiger is that it has stripes. But it'd be kind of difficult to put stripes in here and not take up a ton of space. You know. Like, I could add the stripes in, of course, but it's just like it would lower the size of the enclosure by quite a lot. I could add a couple, but not a whole lot, just to sort of imply that they're there. Maybe that would work out? Potentially? It also has a crest, lengthen the neck. I was trying to make that, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. I tried it a lot earlier in the attempt. Habitat gates a belly button? Yeah, kinda, yeah. I had this one here for reference, but I was having a difficult time translating it as such. Gotta move this up a little bit. But yeah, I think like the real only way to make it look like a tiger is just to add in the stripes, even though it's a bit strange. That little piece of confetti is bothering me. Get out of here. There you go. Yeah, it kind of goes up and then down. But I don't know. I think it's like it's legibly a tiger as long as these are here, even though they're not accurate to where they should be. And the design is very simplistic. I think I just need them there to imply tiger. A tiger implication, if you will. Also, hi, Mrs. No Doubtfire. How you doing? How goes things? But the viewing angle will probably end up having to be the back, but then I have a lot of problems here, so maybe it'll have to be the front. Yeah, I mean, stripes don't quite look like that, but, you know, something, I suppose. It's kind of a lazy way to imply that it's meant to be a tiger, but I guess the point across. I think these need to be a little bit cheekier. Maybe. That one's okay. Yeah, right. I can delete this thing. I don't know why I did put that there to begin with. I was trying to, like, give a general idea of the shape. Is that enough space in there? How much space can I give up? A decent amount. I could probably stripe up the tail, too, because I don't actually want them to walk back here. Okay. Scooch that a bit so it looks a bit better than that. It's not gonna look very good, is it? Front leg looks like a human leg for sure. I mean, there's only so much I could do. But no, like, it does look like a human leg, but I think that's just because the toes are too long. I need to, like, pull that back and put the toes in, like, more in line. And I can't really do much about this. Like, they don't have... I can, like, add this bit here to, like, kind of do that sort of thing, but They walk pretty flat on their front legs. I mean, according to the game, so... I'm not going to add individual toes. Aside from their, like, dew claw thing they have, they're just sort of flat. And they do slope down into, like, a point there, which is kind of hard to emulate without looking at direct reference. I mean, that's just about all I can do if I don't add the dew claw, which like I said, I could do, but... Or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's a dew claw. Dew claws have, or like what dogs have. I don't know what this is. I assume it's a similar thing. Or presume, perhaps? No, assume. I think it's probably right. It also has an elbow you're missing. You mean on the front leg? I mean, I don't know so much of that. It's because I was taking a... I sketched out a direct reference of an image from the game when I was doing it. And the position it was standing in, it didn't have the elbow showing. The elbow would be like there. Like, you can't really see it. And this one was meant to be lower, but I adjusted the length of the legs a while ago. And changed the positions of all the things. But I mean, like, it's not much to be done about that. That's just sort of a minor difference. I'm not making it, like, 100% accurate, obviously, but I do try to make it recognizably something. Don't want that. This one, please. Oh, I gotta do this one. Wink. Do I wonder if this is stripes too? I mean, I don't see why not. I don't think that they're gonna jump in there. It's a pretty small area. I don't imagine they would actually be able to do that. I'll have to raise the outer walls. But yeah, like none of my my enclosures look exactly like the animal, obviously, because that'd be craziness. And they'd have to be a lot larger too. Because, like, the amount of detail I can put into, like, an enclosure is specifically related to, how short I'm allowed to make the paths from each other. Not the paths, sorry, the walls. Because, like, the smallest you can possibly make something is this. Like, that's as small as you can make a specific, like, angle or design. You can't get any smaller than that, right? So, like, they have to be fairly large to make very, very specific tiny details visible. Took a big task. Appreciate you didn't go for an easier position like laying tiger or sitting one. Yeah, those would have been easier, huh? But no, I have I've been doing it for a while. Like, all of my enclosures are animal shaped. If I go into the, where is it, work zones. Like, I started off with, like, very simplistic shapes and, like, more, like, silly shapes. Like, the beaver and the fox were really, like, silly and weird. The skunk was my, like, first, like, realistic attempt at an animal. But you have, like, the crane and the macaque. You can't tell because they're a single enclosure, but the macaque is, like, in there somewhere. There you go. So, like, you got actual attempts at certain angles and things, and you got the ridiculous funny ones that I enjoyed making a lot. Was like the deer with the boar and the swan on its back. That was a lot of fun to make. They're not the right size by any means. They're all very, like, wrongly sized, but I still had fun making them. But yeah, so the starter ones that I did were like these ones here, and then I went up into the bisons, which was like, looks more like a American bison than a bison, but kind of is what it is. But anyway, yeah, so I've been doing it for a while, and I had a lot of fun with it so far. But they do sometimes look a little bit less like I'd like them to. Like, differentiating the two otters was, like, incredibly hard. Like, these are giant otters enclosures. I wish I could show these off better, but I can't unless I go into work zones. Like, the giant otter and the small clawed otter are the same size enclosure, but the difference is we're, like, like, I had to make them look somewhat similar because they're both otters, but a little bit different because they're different kinds of otters. And the sea lions and the seals were a similar problem. Like, the seal, they look a little bit alike, but the head shapes are obviously different, and the way the tails look are different, but... Anyway... It's been a fun challenge, but it has been challenging to make the animal zoo make any immense sense. Like, it took a while. Also, I like the Wolverine. The Wolverine's my favorite enclosure, I think, because it's the only one that isn't an animal. I made it as a bit, as a joke one time, and was going to do that with a lot of the animal enclosures, and I just never did. That tiger is going to maul somebody immediately. I should probably... do something about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna decorate the enclosure. You're not gonna be able to see the animal anymore, clearly, because, you know, obviously once I decorate the enclosure to make the, I say decorate, once I make the habitat nice for the animal to live in, it looks a lot less like what it should. Also, these are not tall. How high can a tiger jump? 9 feet? Alright. There you go. Hey, Zepho, how you doing? Tigers? Yes. Oh no, he grabbed on my walls and raised them up. I gotta go back in and lower them again. I suppose I don't actually have to do this. I just prefer it that way. So they're like very clearly details instead of actual shapes that you pay attention to. You could do lines of trees, Bengal bamboos as stripes. Ooh, that might be a good idea. I hadn't considered doing that. I did do something similar to that on the raccoon enclosure. Thinking about it, because I put the, I put like moss on its tail stripes. But then the trees I put in wherever. I don't know if it'll be enough. I don't know how much enclosure stuff they need. The black twilight rocks, that's true. I could do that too. Ooh, they need a lot of coverage, so... Let's see what I got here. Stones, we got taiga, we don't, well... Do we have is the rock specific to... Twilight? I got stalactites. Not black, but they exist. Can you change their color? Oh, you can. Interesting. Can you not do it with other rocks? I'll try and see what the trees look like, because that'll add to the coverage that they need. So I think I'll do that one first, and if that looks kind of strange, I might try the rock thing. I could probably just type in bamboo. There you go. You can find that on faux search. Ooh. What is faux search? Can I make this a little bit less aggressive? That's a bit too small. Like, these are like too wide, I think, to like be identifiably stripes. I need to like use these ones. Although I could probably put them on like sides, maybe? Type in faux and search. Oh, okay. I should also offhandedly mention that I don't have, all the DLC. But I do have Twilight, so that should be here. If it's in if it's a Twilight one. But I guess these rocks are rocks. I can change their color, so that could work. But I'll still try the tree thing first. Then you'll see the gaze of the raccoon, okay. Bamboo. I researched it completely? Yeah. I think I've researched all the ones that I have access to as far as the environments go. Yeah. Dunno. Maybe it's strangely related to a different one for some reason? Like maybe it's listed as the Twilight one, or maybe it gets added in with, like, I don't know, farm animals or something. I have no idea. It's strange that I don't have it, if it's a Twilight one, though, regardless. I would like to be able to place this without having problems like that. Boo. Get in there. I don't have a line to surface on, so I don't know why it's doing that. Oh well. Does this count for their enclosure? It does a little bit, but not actually. That's okay. For now. I guess it has to sort of come out of that. I guess I could delete the walls if it actually looks alright. And not worry about it so much. Has lava on it. Could have sworn it was that one. Ugh. Spooky, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't have all the DLCs, obviously, but I have a few. So I don't know which ones I don't have though, so I can't really troubleshoot. Yeah, I know the animal's not able to be delivered. It's because I've been messing with the stuff. I kind of put in a pond here too, probably. You know, to give them water. Wherein they might be thirsty. Okay, just about. Just more bamboo in here, and little crevices that I've missed. Since it grows so densely, it'd be kind of weird to not have it filling out the whole area. And then that looks fine. I can remove, like, one of the walls on these stripes to let this be part of the enclosure. Just to give a little bit of extra space. For future, though, you can color the aquatic faux rocks so you can make them black. Maybe be nice for detail so the tigers can still roam there. You gotta go take dogs out? Alright. Up on computer soon, see you back. Coolio. See you then. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's kind of fun. I might add a line of bamboo against the back wall here just to sort of blend it in a little bit nicer. All the zoo animals missing out on getting the roll around in lava. Yeah. Missing out, I don't know if that's the exact word I would use, but you gotta remember it's faux lava. Not nearly as exciting as real lava. Okay, that should add that to the enclosure. But it shouldn't allow them to pass through it, I'm hoping. I'm trying to make it small, because I don't want them to, like, roam in there. But, I mean, they can. It doesn't really matter, does it? It would just block a line of sight for the viewing angle for the guests. Okay, that should be increasing your coverage a bit. It does. Excellent news. I do need a lot more, though. I guess I do need, like, to put... I could put, like, stripes coming, like, down and around, too, by that logic. I need to get the water in, though. Let me give it a little watery push. Just, like, right around here. Kind of swoop up into the stripes a bit. Aw, boo. Didn't make it quite large enough. It doesn't need to be big. They don't really need this much water. I just kind of like giving the animals a pond to work with. Oops. They can drink out of bowls of water just fine. There you go. Okay. And yeah, I'll add like little extra trees and stuff. Like, this long ones like this. Just like down around the place. Maybe even tossing the slightly smaller ones to give me a little bit more precision on these. You just need to make sure they're not, like, actually touching the other ones, otherwise it would kind of ruin the whole point of what I'm trying to do here. Don't know if that works quite right. If I add like a little curve to them, maybe that'd make them look a little bit better. I think it's too consistent? Looks kind of like a maze. I don't want that. How do your legs look? Do your legs stripy? Yes. Got little stripes here and there. You don't gotta apologize for long messages, it'll just take me a minute to read them is all. I usually try to give them a quick once-over to make sure there's nothing, like, in there that I don't want to read aloud, and then I'll read them aloud. So it'll take a little bit of extra time. Especially if I'm doing something specific, so you'll have to give me a moment. It's kind of funny. Just put in a few more of these to even out that space with no with no bamboo. Add a little bit here and there to make it less clearly manufactured. It's gonna look manufactured no matter what, but you know. It was a case where three brothers were taunting a Siberian tiger in San Francisco Zoo, and then she didn't like it, so she jumped over the 12-feet wall, proceeded to attack them, injured one, while the other got, yeah. Enclosures include higher walls. Remaining brothers lost the law case against the zoo provoking the tiger. Yeah, that makes sense. It does say, I guess it's like an average thing. I could raise it taller. It doesn't really affect me any. It costs a little bit of money, but I'm not fussed about it. There, that's 15 feet tall now. But yeah, that's a shame, but unsurprising. And also, you know, it just... Human lives are more important than animal lives in 99% of cases, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, but I agree with it. It's just disappointing that it has to be that way, and that people, that idiots can, you know, be the victims when they're ruining the lives of perfectly innocent creatures. Okay, that's probably enough bamboo for now. I might try the tail stripe. Well, I don't know if I've already kind of committed to the green, but I do kind of like the idea of the rock thing. But I think it'd be kind of strange to put in the black stripes on the rocks with nothing else, unless I add in I could try the aquatic faux rocks. Yeah, just delete the thingies. I don't think they care about rocks. These are tree branches, these are rocks, there you go. Because if I was to, put in, like, the rocks along the tail, like that, it could like, add an interesting color variation. I might be able to also put, like, pebbles and stuff in here that are also, like these, like, little gravelly rocks. I could probably put those, like, in here and have them, like, colored black as well. Not that black. Come on now. Just have, like, little gravelly rocks in here. Can I turn off, like, touching? I would love for them to stop touching things. No, because I want to put them in there, but I don't want them to, like... I guess if I do this, like, it'll work. Yeah, there you go. So if I do this... Like, this will also paint the ground here as, like, black, like stripes would be. So I can have the best of both worlds. I can have... Although I don't know how much this is gonna, like, tank my PC's, like, rendering. That way I can have, like, a lot going on. Can I make these? Oh, these are all the same color. Nice. You can't see it because I have the walls there. What if I delete those walls? Can I delete those walls now? I mean, that might be I might be okay deleting these walls now. I initially didn't want to delete them because I wanted to have the stripe outline because I feel like it'd be difficult to, like, notice that they're stripes, but you can't even see them anyway, just like every other piece of the zoo when I'm making the animals. You still can't see them, so it's kind of whatever. I think that might look alright. It's kind of a bit strange having, like, a completely different type of rock there, but... What did I just delete? I deleted some... Oh, no, those ones didn't... Okay, those ones didn't have walls. Let's taunt this extremely muscular cat. Nothing can go wrong. I mean... Yeah, it's like realistically nothing should have gone wrong, though, which is the tragedy of it. The fact that somebody decided to be a nuisance, you know, clearly was in the wrong, but that cat would have been perfectly fine if they hadn't done that. Just a matter of live and let live sort of situation, but tragically, that's not a possibility a lot of the time with our lovely animals. Not connected to habitat terrain. What do you mean? I mean, that's fine, but I don't understand. Okay, the small ones, yeah, good. Put this along the back as well, why not? I think I have rotation on. Yeah, I do, good. I'll also put in some of these bigger ones just to break up the monotony of the small ones here and there. Yeah, it's a common problem with zoos generally, is that, you know, drunk people or people who are just like, I don't know, mean, will just come in and harass the animals. Happens all the time. It's annoying, frustrating, tragic, but it happens, and there's nothing to be done about it. Kick them out when you see them, but, like, that's about the extent of what you can do. Put up a sign that says, "Don't bother the animals." People are gonna do what they do. Thankfully, most people don't do that. Just some of the worst ones. Which, of course, ruin it for everybody, but... you know. It is what it is. I should probably actually make this enclosure nice for the animals, instead of just decorating for fun. I don't know if they even... I don't even know if they tolerate these rocks. I don't know if they have a problem with rocks or not. I know they don't like the wrong kind of, like, plants. I'm not sure if they have a similar problem with rocks and stuff. They don't seem to, so that's good. Oops. Clicked off my screen by accident. Okay, back in I go. To the rock mine. Well, I guess that's kind of what they are. Gotta put some more bamboo around here. Oops. That's the problem. I gotta do a line to surface with some of these. Even though I don't like a line to surface, generally speaking, I don't like having to... oh, yeah, and they're actually like... I don't want to have to, like, angle them on that terrain there. Because this is an entity. So having to place them very specifically to not interfere with the bamboo is kind of rough. It'll be obvious that I've done that if I can't get it to, like, oops, correctly place. it there is specifically, like, obviously, I place them strangely, so they don't actually adhere to, like, the rules I've set up for them previously. Don't quite match. Like, these ones are all scattered and stuff, so I have to go in manually and place those still. Turn off align to the surface again. Just put them around and hope they line up nice enough. Because I want it to be like gravel. I don't want it to be just a collection of rocks. I want it to, like, be scattered along the entire area. I don't mind seeing the dirt here and there, but mostly I'd like it to remain consistent. Ooh, I didn't realize it was at a weird angle. Hopefully that didn't cause me any problems over here. If it did, so buttons. Hate that this is a thing. I wish there was a button to, like, quickly turn on align to surface, instead of having to click on that every single time in the corner. Can I, like, pull this menu up? I don't think I can, no. I swear it was bigger than that in the past, but I can't seem to adjust it anymore. Like, I swear this was bigger. But maybe I'm just crazy. It'd be nice if it was. I worry that, like, after painting the tiger green, because, you know, I'm gonna have to put in, like, grass and stuff, that the, yeah, it's gonna be less legibly a tiger, because this brown dirt is, like, you know, of orange hue, like, to a degree. Like, it's more orange than green is. And I worry that changing it to, like, grass or whatever will make it, decidedly less tiger-esque. Okay. Couple of bamboos I'm gonna delete. I'm gonna get rid of that one and that one there. Oh, that one's just needs to go down a bit. Scoot it in a little. There you go. Delete the ones that are in the water. Or move them back. I don't really mind them being in the water. I just don't. I'm gonna be putting reeds in there, so I don't want to have them, like, coincide and have a hard time, like, clicking and deleting and stuff. In Warsaw, there's a bear enclosure on the street, now thankfully closed, where saved circus bears were kept. Drunk people went in there more often than should occur. The enclosure was just on a square in the city. I think I remember you mentioning that one before. I think that one sounds familiar. But still, a strangely ridiculous thing to have happen. I can't imagine, like, it would have been much better. I guess it probably would have been better than a circus. But, you know, people wandering in, throwing, like, bottles or something. Or cigarettes just over the enclosure wall, something like that. Just feels like it wouldn't be a great place to have stuff. Alright. Let me get... Let me actually paint the terrain so I can stop worrying about that problem. Do they need... Oh, they need hard shelter. I didn't think of a place to... I need to, like... I'm gonna have to put, like, a hard shelter in their face. So we want mostly short grass, some rock. Oh no, we actually want mostly rock, some short grass. I guess we also want a lot of snow, because they're Siberian tigers, right? But I can't really help them with that. You know, being that we're all in Antarctica. And it just happens to not be particularly, Antarctic. It's partially because I haven't unpaused in a while. Especially since it's on both a road and a tram line. Yeah, that must have been, like, not a good time for the bears. Like, loud noises. Constantly, every day. All day. Actually, I don't know about I don't know how the road laws work, but... I can imagine they wouldn't be super happy about the sounds of cars and trams going through regularly. Okay, I think that's probably good. That seems nice. What's the animal there? Yes. I want to know if it's actually working. Yes, tiger, you got it. I mean, you know, I was hoping that it read enough like tiger that somebody that didn't know for sure could guess. Because I was sitting here like having a hard time getting this, making this look like anything. Good news? Cool. What is it? Tell me. Always love good news. Oop. Okay, how do their stripies look? Okay, so stripy, they have 5, and the tail is covered. Got 523 subs on YouTube now. Nice, well done. You're getting there. Okay, this tiger's gonna have to deal with 4. 4 stripies. Yeah, a couple of these in here. I think that they... Jeez, my voice just broke. I think that they can walk through this. I'm not positive. Should probably check that, huh? Otherwise I'm just cutting off a lot of, like, walking space for the poor things. Yeah, they can walk past it. They can't walk past the... Oh, no, they can't. Never mind. In that case, maybe I'll get rid of that and try to leave... I'll keep the stripes in there with the one spot bamboos. And get rid of the larger bamboo. And hopefully this isn't so big that it stops them walking through. Although there's only one way to find out, and that's to unpause and put that back on, because they need to, like, determine. Is that going to be walk-throughable? Yes, good, okay, cool. I don't want to cut off any avenues of walking. Looks good, alright. Can't believe how impactful Planet Zoo has been for the channel. Great! Yeah! It's a good game, and people like to just chill with it in the background. It's a fun, relaxing thing. And then also watching people, how they build their own zoos and designs and stuff. It's always interesting. It's a good YouTube game. It's a lot like Minecraft. It's just a good video game to have your, as like a focus. Give you over 100 new subs. Wow. Put a few of these in here, dotted around. So they look like they're meant to be here. But like accidentally, like, or not accidentally, but like, so they're clearly meant to be the stripes, but they're just sort of dotted here and there. Where's the big rocks? There they are. Get them right in the middle. Bamboo making good stripes. Ah, yeah. I added the bamboo, and I think it looks pretty good. It also adds to their enrichment. And I added these little gravelly rocks from the aquatic section to help make sure they're black, you know. So we have, like, around the bottom of the bamboo, just a bunch of gravel, and the Bengal bamboo trees are the stripes. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Oops. This one's meant to be underground a bit. There you go. I don't think that these rocks interfere with the paths of the animals, but I should check that real quick. It's not a huge deal if it does, but I would like to know for sure. Oop, it does. Darn, that's a shame. Is it the big ones specifically? Or is it any of them? Looks like it might just be the big ones. Oh no, it is the small ones too. Mm-hmm. You gonna start a King's Bounty series tonight? So that'll be fun. I don't know what that is. Watch Hour Skyrocket as well. Cool. You're worried for Europe. Yeah, that's a genuine worry that a lot of people have when they're like focusing on a specific thing. That's why I've made an effort to be variety from the start, because I was always worried about, like, if I specialized in a single video and happened to have gained any following from it, or video game or whatever, that if I decided to switch off of it, it might go wrong. But I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's probably going to change. The numbers aren't going to tank necessarily, but they're definitely going to, like, change with the algorithm. Different things are going to go to different people. You're going to have, something will change, but it won't necessarily be, like, for the worse. But it will make a difference, so just be aware that that will happen. But try not to think too much about it. Just do what you like. If they have plenty of area, it won't matter. That's true, I suppose, yeah. Let me see how much area they actually do have right now. I think they only need like 1,000. Yeah, they have so much space, they're fine. Oop, I need to pause because Greg has no enrichment. Thanks, Levi's. Yeah, no problem. As someone who is not terribly successful, but has been at it for a long time, I understand the whims of YouTube. To some extent. I want to put coolers in here. They don't mind... Well, I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Because they like their enclosure when it's warm, and it'll just be covered in snow when it's cold, so it won't actually matter. So I don't need to add those. They can just live how they live, and they'll be fine. Cat, always need box, so let's just toss a box down. I do want to get some food in here for them. That's something I always forget to do, and then they get hungry, and I get grumpy, because I'm like, oh, how did I forget to give them food? Craziness every time. Underwater fish feeder for Siberian tigers? This isn't going to be deep enough, so it doesn't matter, but... Just surprised that's a thing. Do an all-species zoo for your final zoo, though? That makes sense. That's what I've done. How deep does that have to be, I wonder? Do I want them to have water deep enough to go play with the fish feeder? It might be fun. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll just, like, deepen this water pit a little bit. I'm not sure how deep it has to be, but I could push it down a little bit more than this. Maybe that'll be deep enough. Inaccessible. What do you mean? There you go. It's good. It's exciting. Little fish food for the kitties. Probably do each biome as a section. It'll look good, you think? That's what I was planning to do with mine. But I don't have all the DLCs or anything, so like there's just a lot of animals that are specific to certain biomes. So like I didn't like. There's a lot more like you know, temperate and jungle or tropical than there are like taiga, tundra animals. So I thought about doing that with mine when I was like building. I was gonna have like each individual section coming off was going to be like, this is going to be, you know, tundra, this will be taiga, this will be like, you know, temperate, this will be grasslands, then, you know, jungle, desert, whatever, stuff like that. I was going to do that, but I didn't get it because of the, because just there wasn't enough animals to work with, so I just decided to give up on that on like the second day that I was planning that. Has to be at least 8 meters down. Oh, okay. I had no idea. I just put them down sometimes and it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, let's go back into habitat. And we got our food tray down. That'll be enough because there's only going to be 2 of them. And well, I guess there will be some babies in there sometimes, so maybe I should put a second one down just to preempt that. Okay. I'm not a crazy huge fan of making my own shelters for animals. I complain about that every stream. It's not like it's anything new. So I am just going to give them like a normal shelter made in-game. I'm not going to actually go in and make my own. They don't need one that big. That's way too big. Although it does say it's for them, so maybe it's fine. I should probably make sure. Well, I don't know. It could be fine. Just let them do it. I just don't like making the enclosures that much. Not the enclosures. I love making the enclosures. I don't like making the sleeping spots for them. It's just a lot of like difficult angles and stuff, and I've never made any that are nearly as cool as the ones they made by default. Glass roof sheet does the trick. Oh? Will that work for like sheltering? I guess I could do that, like to not mess up the silhouette, but I don't think I mind it. If that was the case, then I'd have to go back and change all the other ones too. I don't think it'll like matter terribly. As long as they have shelter, I'm fine with it. Glass sheets might work, but I think I'll just leave it like this. I'm okay. You do it? That's cool. In the future, if I decide to make something I want to be very clearly visible, I wish I would have done that over here with my Wolverine enclosure, because that one's meant to be a joke that you can't see because of all the trees and the enclosures and stuff. That would have been really helpful for that one. You gonna start story time at the start of every YouTube video? Or every stream on YouTube. Cool. Don't run out of stories. It's always the worst when you make a habit of doing something and then run out of stuff to talk about. Medium? They're not huge. I guess there's only going to be 2 of them, isn't there? So I guess having like a couple will work. And some like smaller ones for whenever I get the babies. There you go. Welcome back. I incorporated both ideas into the design, where I've made bamboo stripes with gravel rocks underneath of them, and I think it looks swell. This area is supposed to be tundra, though it's meant to be snowy here. Because it's the it's Antarctica. I'm on Antarctica right now. And, it doesn't snow very often here. I need to put more of these down, I think. More of these bamboos. There you go. Just because I want to, like, fill in the little gaps there. To elaborate on that. Yeah, but using these rocks everywhere, so maybe I'll, like, put a few around this area here. Well, maybe not. I kind of like them right next to the trees. I don't really know if I want them anywhere else. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Let me get the single tree. Where is it? This one? Nope. This one? There's a single tree somewhere around here. There it is. Let's drop those somewhere in the middle here. Just to fill it out a little bit. Goals for 800 at the end. Pretty good. It's good to set goals. I wish you the best of luck. I'm sure at the rate you're going, it'll be no problem at all. I don't love that these rocks or these bamboos are in the water right now. I didn't actually mind them that much. It just kind of like feels weird not having them on the gravel like every other one. Are you floating? You are floating. And you're at a weird angle. Okay. Okay. That's pretty good. Let's see. What else do you need? You got your shelter. That'll update when I unpause. You got enough coverage, but I do think I want more in here. I think I'd like some reeds. I also need to make sure you have enough enrichment. You need more toy enrichment. What other toys do we have for Siberian tigers? We got ourselves a box already. I mean, a pronghorn wouldn't hurt. Just put it here roaming around in the forest of bamboo. A scratching tree? I have to use a post because I don't want to have a random tree in here that doesn't make any sense since everything else is already the bamboo. Another prey scented sack could be kind of fun. It's right over here. That's enough of that, I guess. I got enough enrichment. I also need to adjust the lines here to be evenly spaced. And then I'm going to move the path here so that it kind of goes, like it wraps around the leg and comes in there instead. So I want to have a path that leads up to here so I can see these three as windows. Oops, that's the wrong kind of glass. I didn't want to do glass at all. I wanted to do, Oh, actually, you know what I might do? I might change all of these to brick. That way we have like an orange enclosure. It's a bit jarring, suddenly, to have it just change to a different color. But after I've been working on it on the other color for so long, but tigers are orange. And it makes more sense for them to be orange. There you go. And then I'm going to delete this whole path. Actually, I probably shouldn't delete the path. I should probably line it up with another exit first and then delete the path after the fact. Undo all that. Turn off angle snap. Here you go. Delete this. Perfect. I'm gonna have a regular path that goes up to here. Ooh, not that close. I need to remember I gotta put in the education and stuff. There you go. Ooh. Okay, delete that one. And give me... delete that one. Give me a line right there. I don't know if I should do that. Having it come... oh no, it's fine. I was gonna say, having it come from both sides would take up a lot of space, but... yeah... I need to, like, make it, like, more symmetrical. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to look less kind of weird. There you go, that's better. It's not great, but it's better. So now the villagers, the guests, can walk on the path that I've made slightly too small. And then I can connect them up. There you go. And then delete all these, because I have to make the paths the correct size. Alright. Delete that, and then come down to here, please. There you go. It's a little bit different, but it works the same. Doing the black and white challenge at the moment. Rules simple. Have least concern starting pair of albinos. Start with less than 20 or 2k conservation points. Get every rare color morph for any animal that has one. Like melanistic, albino, leucistic, sorry, blue morph. Inbreeding is allowed. Must be done on hard mode franchise. Exhibition animals can be normal, but no more than 2 different normal colored exhibitions. Oh. Sounds rough. I haven't even thought to try any challenges. I've just been doing my own little silly challenges as I play. Nothing like that. I don't even know how the breeding works, if I'm honest. I don't really look into that kind of thing. I just have fun creating the environments and stuff. I just like playing. It sounds difficult, but interesting. Okay, we want... probably... people are gonna like the tiger, so give me 2 of those. Give me a talking point. That's not what I wanted that. Change that to tiger. Tiger, please. There you go. No power, that's fine. I'll move it back in a sec. Facility. I need to turn off random rotation, because it's going to bug me. It's not a huge problem. I can usually be fine dealing with it, but every once in a while I'd like them not to fly off into the distance. That's not the word I'm looking for. I'd like them not to flip around randomly. Okay, I can't put that there because this is in the way, so I'm going to move that for a second. Get this down. I'm going to have to move that over, I think. Oops. Ooh, I hate how little room there is there. Because that's a snap to the path. Start with capybara. If you have 2 albinos, getting anything but albinos rare, you release the babies to the wild and buy new albinos and chloromorphs from the Animal Trade Center. It's easier than you think, as long as someone's selling rares. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. The entire time I played, I've had such a struggle trying to get the conservation credits, because I don't, like I said, I only play this game once a week for about 3 hours. And the getting the conservation credits if you don't play like every day and you don't do the challenges or anything is really rough. And then if you know how the breeding works, I guess it's not that hard, because you can, you know, sell the good animals. I didn't even realize you could sell them. Like, I thought you had to release them to the wild to get the conservation credits. I didn't realize you could sell them until like 120 hours in or something. Ooh. I do these challenges. I think that it's like a self-imposed challenge, right? The black and white challenge or whatever. It's not an in-game one. Yeah, you just do it for fun on your own. I always find those ones to be the most difficult, because I have a habit of, like, if I ever find like something to be a little bit tedious, I tend to just like cheat with challenges. Like, ah, yes, this is very difficult. And then it will no longer be difficult suddenly. It doesn't happen that often, because I just don't impose challenges on myself, but I do like to see people do challenges. I think they're very fun. It's very cool, adds a lot of creativity to the games. I like to see it happen. One of the best things about, like, sandbox games is just watching people be creative in different ways. Oh, I can't put another one there. Just want some benches, because this is kind of out of the way. There you go. We got both of those set up. We need to put speakers in. I need to do that one, because that's easier to find. I don't think I need to tell people not to feed the animals. I don't think they will, because I very rarely come across people feeding the animals. I think I've only ever seen it happen with my tapirs or my capybaras. I can't remember. You did it for a challenge. You'd love to watch someone do it. You didn't cheat at all? Oh. Oh, no, sorry, yeah. We were talking about the black and white challenge being like a separate thing. Not these challenges. I don't usually do these challenges because I'd never have the chance to usually, but I guess if anybody can get them just by doing whatever it requires, that's kind of cool. I never thought to try. Everyone who joins in a franchise challenge wins free animals, lots of conservation credits and avatar outfits. That's cool. I wish I had known that earlier. I never even thought about it. I never even bothered to look at them, really. I did actually help with one of them, I think. I think it was the one where we get the peccary. I think I helped with that. But I think that was it. Yeah, self-imposed challenges can be fun, but the community challenges are very exciting. It's one of the reasons the game Helldivers is so popular. It's just because, like, playing as a community with each other is very exciting. You have 2 million conservation credits from doing challenges? Wow! That's a lot. I've been struggling to get like 2,000 or 3,000. Like the entire time I played. Ah, dang, I should have known about those sooner. I wish I would. I guess I could have looked into it. I never actually looked up how to get them. Oh, it'd be hard to start the self-imposed challenge. You'd have to get rid of all those credits to be able to start it, supposedly. I guess as long as you don't spend more than 2,000, it's not a huge deal, right? Tiger was disappointing. You thought we would win? No. Yeah, it is what it is. As long as you do your best, every challenge is worth doing, right? I need to change... Oh, actually, I just remembered why that road was there. Can I undo that? Yeah, there you go. That road was there because that's where I had this set up. So I could actually, like, cover the locations for the heat maps. Is that going to cover that water? It won't. Oof, that enclosure's big. This keeps happening. It's a big enclosure. So I need that one to cover the talking. Ooh, interesting. How's this one out of power? How close do I need this to be? This one I must have been the one that was covering all those. That's water. What about power? Oh, power's already covered. We're fine. Power has a much longer range. I see. Yeah, this one needs to cover the talking, but that's it. Path, staff path, size. Oh. Apparently I don't have a water cooler or a water heater in that one. Alright, there you go. That's that power back. Now I need to add another power. I guess I could probably put it like right here and not cause any problems. It'd be kind of ugly, but like it would work as the building. Although I guess they're right next to the seating spots, so people would hate them. Yeah, maybe not. Oops, didn't mean to delete it. I could put it like here. It's really close to the other one, but it would cover the water. And it would also cover this, which I didn't realize wasn't powered. Oh, it is powered, because size. Power more. More size. I think there's fine. It shouldn't affect too many people. It doesn't affect anybody, actually, turns out. Which is wonderful. There you go. You have a breeding zoo just for challenges? Ooh, cool. You had 2 habitats for both tigers and you were speedrunning the game, but still, nope. Nah. Best create a new zoo for them. 3 Siberian, 3 for Bengal, 1 for each cub. You love the dark Bengal? The thick black stripes, so pretty. I don't think I've seen those. There's probably one for sale, although I can't, like, buy it. Or not. Wow, people are really selling these, huh? Ooh, interesting. Ah, oh well. Look it up later. Dark ones are rare? Yeah, I guess so. Be fair, you didn't even think about doing a new zoo for them. Bears, he focused on grizzlies and pandas. Pandas don't breed very quickly, though, do they? Actually, I don't know. I don't know, actually. Do grizzlies breed quickly? At some point, I'm going to do a grizzly enclosure for this. I haven't decided when, but I do intend to. Run! Ooh, game lagged really bad for a second there. I should probably put a duck in there. You know, because it'd be ridiculous not to. You always need a rubber ducky. Anytime there's water. Where did my tiger just go? Aha. You aren't supposed to be down there. There you go. My tiger no-clipped. They don't breed quick, but you can 4 females to male panda. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Most bears it's one-on-one. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, I might have to make this like a little bit less aggressively deep, because clearly that tiger's having a hard time existing in there. So I'm going to smoothen that up, I think, just a bit. I don't want them clipping through the wall over and over again for that one. There you go. Woo! You had albino grizzlies. No one was selling non-normal bears. Oh. It sounds weird, but I didn't even know albino grizzlies existed. Low welfare, why? Oh, you're the one who's like always complaining about not having any space to swim because you always swim into that little crevice in the back and then you realize that you're totally fine when you walk back out over here. Oh no, your social went low. No, space. Yeah, that was it. That was the reason. Your space went low and you'll realize that you're not actually unhappy in a minute when the game decides to update you. Now that you're out of that little cave. I'm so sad about that little cave over here. I thought it was really cool that I added it like this, like a little swimming cave, like a place you could dive in and then swim under. And then every time any seal ever like swims into that location, they just get really grumpy because they're like not enough space, and it's like, oh, sad. Okay. Let's see. I should probably designate this zone now that it's been made. Got some research on boars and bisons. Wow, look at me. Very, very exciting. Okay. So, I need to go into the staff work zones. I don't have a work zone for the Siberian tigers yet, but I'm going to put grizzlies next to them. Siberian tigers, oops, capital T, please. And grizzly. That'll be the zone that I designate here. They don't have a staff room because, of course they don't. I did not mean to select that. I'll need to put a staff room down. This one will do. Just set it against this ledge here. That'll be fine. Same with the other one here. Okay. Let me go back into the thingamabob for setting up zones, because I need to. And we have to hire some people to put in those locations. That. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, now we need to go to staff, hire 2 keepers, pause the game, and a caretaker, 1 mechanic, and that'll probably be enough. Yeah, that'll be enough. Alright, let's train everybody, please. Thank you. I need you to be on the... oh goodness, Siberian Tiger Grizzly. Siberian Tiger Grizzly. Siberian Tiger Grizzly. And Siberian Tiger Grizzly. Perfect. I should probably also adjust everybody's salaries. I don't know why their salaries are so low. I didn't do that. Everybody... pay rise. Enjoy. Was that a stretch without chat's permission? It was, I'm sorry. Hydrate and a posture check. I'll sit up straight if I have to. Okay. So that should be good. They should take care of the tigers just fine. Once I get the grizzlies in, I guess I'm gonna put the grizzly enclosure right here. I'll have to do that next week, though, I'm afraid, because my stream's about to end. Because I got errands to run, like I do every Sunday. I will make a vague bear shape for now. Bears are circles, right? Okay. Bear shape. Okay, that's the perfect bear right there. So we'll definitely know that that's a bear shape for next time. I'm sure it'll be incredibly legible and I won't have any trouble whatsoever figuring out what that's supposed to be. That's not true. I'll definitely forget. Let's see. I need to end my stream, so I'm going to raid somebody. Looks like Monologued is live, so I guess I'll raid them again. They seem swell. So I'm gonna head off. I appreciate you hanging out and chatting and lurking, all that. Let me type this out. I won't mess up, I swear. Yeah. Have a good rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. I will be back next week with Planet Zoo, same day as always. Yeah. Take care. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.